Hey dude, it's Andy here. Hold on, turn it off, turn it down a little bit. So here is the Union Pacific Big Boy. It's a 4884. It's it's the name of the American Locomotive Company or ALCO. It was for the 4000 class 4884 articulated, which means two sets of driving wheels are working together, which is 4884. The 4 designates the 4 leading wheels in the front. The 8 stands for the number of driving wheels in the middle, and 4 wheels on the trailing truck. These were manufactured between 1941. Well, that was during World War II. For those of you who watching this and somewhere in the Southwest, you might have seen, well, back in the 40s and maybe late 50s. You should have seen one of these locomotives rushing by. And plus, this was helping the war effort during World War II, I think. Look it up. Also, I like to talk when the engines are running on my layout. This was made for the Union Pacific only. So for those of you who are Union Pacific fans, you probably seen this locomotive being rebuilt or something, I'm not sure. And this was operated until 1959. Here see a picture of one of them in Echo Canyon, Utah. So they built 25 locomotives. Most of them were built in 1941. It can go 80 miles an hour. Well, according to this, it goes to 67. The power output is 6,000 horsepower. This engine number 4014 is currently undergoing restoration to operating condition. For those of you who are fans of the Pacific Railroad, you're in luck. This engine right here, just an arrow that I downloaded from the download station. This one is undergoing restoration. 17 are scrapped. 7 are preserved for display. Preserved are 4004, 4005, 4006, 4012, 4014, 4017, 4018, and 4023. Cost to build in 1941. That was during World War II, by the way. That was during FDR's, I think, FDR's third term, I think. Yeah, it was after his third term. $265,000 in 1941. And last year's money, $4 million to build this. To me, I like the big boy. Also, I've seen it in action in the Alatoy Trains models in the Alatoy Train series in Part 10, where Jeff McComas explained the big boy, and it was during World War II, not before World War II. Well, World War II began in 1939. The big boy fleet of 25 locomotives reached primarily Wyoming division to haul freight over the Wasatch Mountains between, it was only 6 miles from the Utah to Idaho state line. In Ogden, Utah, there were only locomotives used to use a 484 wheel arrangement. According to a UP executive, I don't know which one, was to be called Wasatch. One day, while one of the engines was being built, another worker scrawled "Big Boy" in chalk on its front. With that legendary name was born, and this stuck ever since then. This is from Wikipedia. Also, they introduced the Challenger, Big Boy's smaller cousin, 4664. Well, this was to eliminate the need for double heading. Also, the Pacific Tri after World War I. To avoid locomotive trains, the new class would need to pull longer trains, and it's the same speed as 60 miles an hour. Once past mountain grades, in fact. This was designed to go 80 miles an hour, and it was intended to use that fast. Here is the look at those dials and knobs. And also there's the firebox. The backhand controls of 4017. Also there's an accident. In 1953, the locomotive 4005 was pulling a freight train through southern Wyoming and jumped the switch rate at 50 miles an hour, 30 inches onto its left side, derailing its tender and first 18 freight cars of the 62-car train. Then firemen were killed instantly in impact, and the brakeman died in the hospital a few days after from severe burns. And here's Union Pacific number 4014, currently displayed. Well, it's undergoing restoration right now. And this is the same one in Trains New Era. See, it's still running. Pulling a train, mostly boxcars, and a few hoppers in the process. So here we're at the crossing. This layer is like this part of the layer is like a test loop. Well, there's no ground cover or nothing, except it's just grid and track work. All right. Now the train should be due any minute. Yeah, for those of you who were born in 1941, you probably seen a locomotive like the Big Boy. It has the muscle. It has the speed of it. Well, it didn't intend to go 80 miles an hour. Here it comes. Wait a second. Turn up the volume. Alright, good. So I'll just hear it. This is like from a railfan's perspective. Alright, let's stop the train. There's the diesel. There's the diesel train right there. I'll stop the train too. I like the whistle. Want to hear it again? This is downloaded from the content manager, which is the train's download station. Plus, I've downloaded some new locomotives too. Well, I'll be showcasing them in a future video, but. And there's the tender, painted in white. Union Pacific, number 4014. Alright, I'll just delete that. Now here's another locomotive that I downloaded. It's called the BN Speeder. So let's see, Speeder. SP. This is from Wikipedia, so Speeder. This is what a speeder looks like. This is from the Southern Pacific. A speeder is known as a railway car, motor car, putt-putt track maintenance car because of the you see the noise that makes. Jigger, quad trolley or inspection car, known as a drazing. Also, like beyond powders and means a very motorized car. Formerly used on roads around the world by track inspection and work crews. Motorized inspection cars date back at least from the 1890s. It was reported that the U.S. Daimler Motor Company created a gas-powered rail car capable of going 15 miles per hour. But here's the good part in trains. This one can go 50. Probably like see about almost 4 times the speed of an early inspection car. Also, it does not use on rails no more though, but in trains it can preserve it. So here's the horn. Here's the bell. It says like the new Bell and Amtrak locomotive and stuff like that. Also, these are manufactured by Beaver Car, Buddha Manufacturing, Casey Jones Manufacturing, Fairbanks Motors, Fairmont Motors Incorporated, or Fairmont Gas Engine and Rail Motor Car Company. Was also Canada as well too. So the dimensions for standard gauge, the weight is 3,500 pounds. The width is 64 inches long. Height is 60 inches. So if you're like 6 foot tall, you're taller than this thing. The length is 9 feet 2 inches. The floor height is like 89% wheel diameter, 11 inches to 17 inches. The drazing. It's like a bike with handles. It's like a pedal powered car. Good lord. Alright, so here's the inside of the speeder. It's just like a locomotive. You got the brakes, the reversal, and the reverser and the throttle. So here we go. Here's the horn. Let's take it from here to right there, and then back again. So it's quick. Also, there's the warning light. Alright, right here, and go back again. Also, this is for the Burlington Northern. Also, has quick acceleration and deceleration. See? No, gotta go. I'll go full this time. And prove to you this car can go 50. Alright, 40, 45, 49, and 50. And stops easily. Alright. Now here's another little one. This one is an electric locomotive from Britain. Here's the horn. Was it an electric locomotive, but see, I don't know which class it is by British Railways, but I think it's an electric locomotive, I think. Let's see. Here is the class 03, which I think I'll get to that in a minute. I'll get to that in a minute here. Fucking let's see it. I'll get to that in a minute. Let's see, which one is it? BR class. Here's the class 23. Here's the class Here's the class 03. If you don't believe me, go check out PTG Rail's video about the class 03. PTG Rail class 03. Yeah, if you don't believe me, you can go check out PTG Rail's video about the class 03 shunter. And for the sake of time, and just for the sake of this video, I'll just do it. I'll just do it anyways. Now let's take a look. Now the class 03. This was similar to the class 04. This is an 060 diesel mechanical shunter. Was built by British Railways, Swindon and Doncaster Works between 1957 and 1962. Number D2000 D2199. It is an 060, so it's just 6 driving wheels. The number is D2144. The main curve is 2 chains. The wheelbase is 9 feet. The length is 26 feet. The width is 8 feet 6 inches. The height is 12 feet, so you weren't taller than this thing. And the local weight is 30.2 long tons. The fuel capacity, I'm using the US system measuring, 360 US gallons of fuel, so it doesn't last. The prime mover is a Gardner 8L3, and the transmission is a Wilson Drury CA5 R7 5-speed epoxylic gearbox. And there's no trading heat either, so you in the wintertime you gotta bring some heavy clothes so you can warm up in the cab. Also, there's vacuum braking, some dual air and vacuum brakes. The maximum speed wasn't that fast, so the class 08 is slower than the class 03. Also in the near future, I think I'll be having like a race between the class 03 and the class 08. What do you guys think? Say in the comments. The power output is 204 horsepower. At rail, it's on 52, so it was less. It's operated by British Railways until 1968. 56 of them are preserved, and remaining are scrapped. Also, this was used for shunting. You can see the class lights. One red, which means one white and one red, designates that this engine is available for shunting duties only. But for the land mode options, mainline mode, which says display 2 white lights at the front and 2 red at the back at the rear when mainline running. Shunting mode, which means display 1 white and 1 red light either end when the shunting yards are stationed. So this was a station pilot, mind you. So now let's test it. Alright, so I think I'll start the train from here and head to the crossing and then stop. Alright. Alright. So now the next one will be like a Metro Vic. So now starting. What's that? There goes the crossing. This is just amazing. I think we calling this one Trans New Air Showcase. See, told us 20 miles an hour. At least it stopped. So that was the BR Class 03. Now, this is the Metro Vic Kobo D57101. It's the BR Class 20 locomotive, and this engine reminds me of a certain engine on Thompson tank engine. That's right, it's Boco or Kobo. Well, Koish designates as 6-wheel trucks in the front, and the Bo, which means 4 trucks at the back. So now BR Class 20A. I'll be here for a while. So get some popcorn ready, or get a drink. Or the Metro Vic Type 2, or Metro Vics, as they're popularly known, were part of the British Railways 1955 modernization plan. The locomotives had a Kobo wheel arrangement, a 6-wheel bogie at one end, a 4-wheel bogie at the other end. Unique in British Railways practice and uncommon in other countries of Lower Japan, as you assume CV's hydraulics. This made maintenance more complicated on engines. The maximum transit effort is 50,000 pounds, which is usually high for a Type 2 locomotive, but as there were 5, now 400 axles, the risk of wheel strip was minimal. The prime mover is a Crosley HST V8, 1,600 US gallons of fuel. The minimum curve is 70 meters. Also, it was a diesel electric. Multiple unit working was red circle. The train heating was a standard steam generator at 1,500 pounds per hour. Also had vacuum braking. The maximum speed is 75 miles an hour, and the engine produced 1,200 horsepower. One was preserved and remainder are scrapped. Also, this had a low-speed engine, BA 2-stroke engines. They represent an experience with 2-stroke versus 4-stroke for diesel traction. So it wasn't a very successful type of engine. It tended to according to according to one of the episodes in Soldier of the Modern Years, it explains Boko's story. This intends to overheat. That's what it says. This was an experimental type. It was a 2-stroke engine versus 4-stroke. Had exhaust pulse pressure charging and developed 1200 horsepower at 625 RPM. There were no valves, no inlet, and exhaust were via ports in the cylinder walls. Also, the same engine was originally fitted in the Irish A-Class and the Western Russian Government Rails X-Class. A similar but smaller engine, the ESNT6, was using D3/V shunters and O-weight with a Crosley engine rather than ES electric. Although from the beginning the Metrofix Crosley engines were problematic, they saw frequent failures by the 60s, and the Atomic class was handed back to the manufacturer for remedial work on the engines to cure the problem with cab windows falling out while running. The cab windows were modified to such that instead of wrapping around the side and the other front windows were replaced by a flat piece of glass facing the front only. Also, the engines were too noisy and prone to accept loads of smoke and exhaust fumes. Now the statistics. Some of them were working order, others were not likely. The president also did very preserved. In fiction, the Class 20 basis for Boko character in railway series children's books by Reverend W. Audrey. The spin-off TV series Thompson Friends used character number D5702. And also, Jesus Christ, no wonder. So now, in Trend's new era, I downloaded this from the download station. So, here's the horn. Well, here we go. Now, what's the cab of the Metrovic? As you can see, there's no throttle lever. Only this wheel, which acts as the throttle lever, the brakes, and the horn and the reverser. So that's it. So now let's head out. We'll do one lap around the layout in the cab. All right, everybody, hang on. Not talking to you, Lord. Here we go. This is nice. Alright, 22 miles an hour. Hear that? It's like sounding the engine. And this engine is not problematic at all. It doesn't tend to overheat or nothing. Also, remember, well, in one of the episodes, the Top's friends called the Diesel, and there was all on the track. Yeah, because of the engine was intended to overheat. Also, yeah, according to the episode from the Wester's channel, it explains Boko's failure. The episode "Died for Trouble." Wait a sec. Unwanted. Well, and Boko's engine was repaired at Croman's Gate. And there's the fan on top. And those, my friends, are radiator grills. Alright, let's cross the crossing now. Let's slow down a little bit. Ease on the throttle, driver. Let's go to 30 miles an hour. D5711. Oh, bogus fisherman was D5702. But at least I was close to it. For those of you Thomas fans out there, mate, I love Boko. Well, in the green paint of the Northwestern. It's kind of amazing too. Alright, now the next locomotive is the Shinkansen. Alright. I'm using this layout to test the engines that I downloaded from the download station. So now let's hold on. I got to put the Now this is the Shinkansen 700 series, mind you. Alright, Shinkansen 700. Excuse me, guys. The Shinkansen 700 series. Now, there's a difference to it. Hold on, some on the sides there. Yeah, there's Japanese Railways. The JR, it's for JR Central. This is still in service today, between 1999 and to the present. This was made by Hitachi, Kawasaki Heavy Industries, Kinki, Shiryu, and Nippon. I got that right. This place, it was replaced from this zero series of Shinkansens, the 100 series of Shinkansens, and 300 series of Shinkansens. This was constructed between 1997 and 2006. Also, these are scrapped. Yeah, 91 cents were built, and 65 of them as of April 1st last year. And one of them is preserved, and 26 sets of them are indeed scrapped. The depots are Tokyo, Okasa, and Hakata. Line served are the Takara Shinkansen, the Sanyo Shinkansen, and the Hakata Minami line. For those of you who live in Japan, and there's one of them. This is my favorite Japanese locomotive. And why is it blurred like that? How in the hell could it be blurred like that? Oh, there we go. The car body is aluminum or aluminium for those who live outside the U.S. Also, this one on the nose, it resembles a duckbill because the nose is shaped like a duckbill. Also, it's bullet train because it should look bullet. The car length is 82 feet long, my bad, and 89 feet 9 inches for the end cars. The width is 11 feet 1 inch, and the height of it is 12 feet 1 inch. Also, there's 2 doors per side. The maximum speed is 170 for the Takario line. If I went to Japan, I'll see everywhere, man. Also, the Tokyo Shinkansen, the operating speed of it is 175 miles an hour. So this is from Tokyo to Shinokasa. There's no way I got that right. There's no way. Also the U.S. wants to compete with the Japanese and by from the Bud Metroliner because it was because of LBJ's Great Society Infrastructure Project. He wanted to compete with the Japanese and the French. And the traction system is for a 16 car set. It's like 369 horsepower, and I think it's like 48 traction modes. I think, and the power output is a whopping 17,700 horsepower for the 16 car set, and also for the 8 car set, I just cut it in half. 8,900 horsepower, and the acceleration is 2 kilometers per second, or 0.56 meters per second negative squared. The electric system is a 25 kilovolt AC 660 Hz overhead current mirror system. Now the 700 series is characterized by its flat duckbill nose designed to reduce piston effect as the trains enter tunnels. These were used for the Nozomi, Ikari, and Kodama services on the Toyota, Tokyo, and Sanyo Shinkansen lines, while the Ikari units were used for the Sanyo Shinkansen. However, rail star services have a darker livery gray with black window areas and yellow stripe beneath the windows. And the operations, well, they're scheduled to be withdrawn and by the end of the fiscal 2019. Now the fleet, most of them for JR Central, and some of them are for JR West. Also, there's the yellow trains for some reason. Also, these things are high-speed test trains. Like same thing in China with the gold and silver paint scheme for test trains. Also, it's also the same thing happening in China. So now, and also, and here's something you can spot: Tokyo 2020 for the Olympics. Also, the orange JR, this is used for JR Central. So now, let's jump in the cab. Once the cab of the 700 Shinkansen, you see the horn, which is right here. I think it's a reverser. Hold on, let me check. Also, it stops quickly. There's the reverser, the throttle, and the brakes. So now, I read on the history of it and show you the technical specs of it. Let's hop on board. Alright, now it's going pretty fast. I'll go about half throttle. Alright, right now it's climbing 65, 66, 70. Also it tilts because because of physics. Alright, for half throttle goes to 83. And look at this. Everything is in Japanese. Everything is. So I'm doomed here. I'm doomed. I just increase the throttle slightly. Right now it's going to 96 and the top speed 201. So 13, 14, 14, 16. So that is as the 16 car set. Alright, now let's go all the way up. All the way up to full throttle. Here we go. Alright, now we're at the crossing again. Here it comes. As the last car exits the crossing, 165 miles an hour. Alright. Now it's going to 200. Holy motherfucking shit, dude. And for those of you who want to ride the Shinkansen, I highly recommend it. And plus, you get to go fast. Well, it's just like it's like an airplane, fast, comfortable. And here it comes again. Here it comes again. And the arms barely go down. And the closest to the Shinkansen right here in the US is the Acela. Seriously. So you guys want to do one more? Alright, let's do one more locomotive, because you asked nicely too. Yeah, I love trains. Ever since I was a little kid. Wait a sec, RDC. Right, now this one is a diesel rail car, or rail diesel car, for those of you who want to know the technical term of it. Now let's read on a little history about it, huh? Now, rail diesel car. This is from the Bud Company, mind you. The Bud Diesel rail diesel car, or RDC, or Budliner. For those of you who don't know, go check out. Hold on. Go check out Engines of Via. Hold on. Engines of Via. Go check out Via Railfan 6448 video on episode 7 for the Bud RDC. But for the sake of this video, I'll do it. This is a self-propelled diesel multiple unit, or DMU, between 1949 and 1962. These are almost 400 RDCs were built by the Bud Company of Philadelphia. The cars are primarily adapted for passenger service in rural areas with low traffic density or short-haul commuter service. Well, let's see. Oh yeah, the Denver Rio Grande Western Railroad. These diesel rail cars were used for the California Zephyret service as like a means of a connection or something. Also, it's still in service today. It's still in service between 1949 and 1962. So now the RDC-1 can hold up to 90 passengers. The RDC-2 has 70 passengers and the baggage section. The RDC-3, hold on, I gotta fix my zipper. Hold on, this doesn't feel right. Alright, the RDC-3, it can be used by passengers, a railway post office, and baggage section. Now the RDC-4 is used, U.S. Mail Rail Post Office. So this is an RDC-4. The RDC-9 can hold up to 94 passengers. The maximum speed is 85 miles an hour. It has two, for the RDCs, 1, 2, 3, and 4, two GM 110 diesel engines. wait a sec, hold on. The General Motors 110 or the true diesel 110. This one is a two-stroke diesel engine series available in 600 inline configuration. And this is, it rates at a 550 horsepower. Also, look at this one. The M497 or the Black Beetle. This was in service between. It wasn't in service that long. 183.6 miles an hour. Also, the prime mover was a General Electric G47-19, and also that was. Hold on. Well, oh yeah, it was used by a jet bomber, for Christ's sake. This one. This was a Bud railcar based train at the Danbury Railway Museum. I've been there before, mind you. Also, operated the Zephyr service. This was a entire weekly train consisting of a Bud diesel car used by the Western Pacific between Oakland and Salt Lake. And this was a secondary supplement to the California Zephyr. Right now it's discontinued. Also, there's 19 stops. Average journey time is 22 hours eastbound, and 23 hours and 30 minutes. That's almost a full day. No wonder it caught on. Originally, the WP had planned to run a single RDC on a tri-weekly schedule between Stockton and Salt Lake, a distance of 834 miles across California, Nevada, and Utah. The essentially consistent maximum distance for which a single car could provide both eastbound and westbound service 3 times a week. However, the California Public Utilities Commission stipulated the new service must extend to Oakland, meaning the total one-way distance to Salt Lake would be 924 miles. The mandate effectively forced the WP to purchase a second RDC in order to operate the new route 3 times a week in both directions. It also gave the new Zephyr service the distinction of being the longest RDC service in the U.S. After the railroad took delivery of a second RDC in July 1950, the new cars were evaluated on a variety of test runs in preparation for entering revenue service. Yeah, it was like an alternative between. For the California Zephyr, and I wish if I went back in time in 1960, I would ride a Zephyr racer between Utah and California and go back. So now, in Trains a New Era, you get to see one of these in action. So now, it can go both directions if you want. This one's from the New Haven Railroad, or the New York, New Haven, and Hartford. I think my dad knew what the New Haven Railroad was back then and during his time. New Haven, Connecticut. That's the New Haven Railroad. Now, New Haven Railroad, or the New York Haven Hartford, New York Central, and the Pennsylvania Railroad merged to Penn Central, located in Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, and Rhode Island. I think my dad would know what it was because he lived in New York at the time. Also, he was born 6 years before it merged with Penn. It merged into Penn Central. So now, let's go inside. Once the cab of the rail diesel car, there's the throttle, the reverser, and the brakes. So here's the horn. Now, most diesel rail cars have an air horn. No, it's have an air whistle. My bad. Yeah, there's a difference between air whistles and air horns. This one had an air whistle. Here's the bell. So now, Let's go. Wait a sec. What the? Wait a minute. Wait a sec. Oh, this is that junction? Sorry, dude. Technical difficulty. What the? Wait a second. Wait a second. Also, it's pretty quick too. $69.85. Oh, 84 miles per hour ain't bad. Now let's move to the other side. Turn the lights on. So that's the end of the video. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe for more vlogs. Like and comment and turn on that post notifications bell. Be sure to give me a follow on Twitter at AEVlogs&Gaming. Follow me on Google+. Thank y'all for watching. See you next time. Peace out, my dudes.